Well, we're back with another video in Satisfactory, and today I wanted to show you guys a design that I've been working on tonight, and I'm actually really happy with this. And my next base, when the new update comes out, is going to be utilizing this because it utilizes a lot of the tutorials that I did on like the 3x3 setups that you guys can go watch, and if you want to replicate those areas you can, but then it kind of combines all the other items into like verticalness, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. This is a vertical style base design. Now this one here, it's not fully up and running, like I don't have iron going into it, but I know this is going to work with how I have it set up, and I'm going to be using this on my next base. So let me walk you through how this is going to work and what the layout actually is. So over here on the far right, we kind of have our initial 3x3 setup that I was talking about at the beginning that I did the tutorials on. So if you do want to see how all this is laid out correctly, go watch those videos because it's going to cover your plates, iron, copper, ore, all that kind of stuff. It's going to cover all those bases so you can see how to utilize that and bring it up into the second floor, which is then our assembler. So if you remember our other base design, our first mega base, we had a whole other building just for the assemblers, separate from the constructors and everything being made. This one is actually taking it directly up into these containers right next to it, but then directly into the assembler. So everything's a lot closer together. So we're bypassing a lot of different conveyance that we need. So that's actually why this is going to work out so great. And we're actually still utilizing the same amount of space vertically, I think, because we're still having our storage and we're also still having our assemblers. Everything's just more compact, which is the way that's working. So you'll see these containers here. These ones, I think I would be making plates because we're making reinforced iron plates here. But then over on the other 3x3 area, what we are making is screws. So we need screws to make our iron plate. So that's why I have screws over on this one being made, coming up into this container again. Now I have two containers just to keep a little bit of a backup. So if this thing isn't running at full capacity, it allows us to, keep stockpiling the screws for it to be made, and we can still be running our screw manufacturing. Same thing over on the plates. All of these will have this design. But so you can see that it's going to come out directly from the screws being made into these containers, out of the containers, and then into the assembler. And you might be wondering, why do I have two different containers? Again, that's just to allow for future expansion. And also, if we ever need to branch off, we can. But the other reason for that is very much of, it's going to split into these containers, and then we can get twice the amount of storage if we need it, which is why I have these double tall storage containers. So going back down, you'll see a little bit of a different design on the next one, and that one is because we actually need two assemblers up top, because this one we're making the modular frames, which the modular frames you need the reinforced iron plates, which are being remade over here because sometimes you need the plates for some other stuff. So I'm actually just using them over here. So I'm taking those reinforced iron plates, same setup where we have the iron plates and then screws being made, coming up into the same assembler, but then out of that assembler into the next one where we are making that modular frame. So that's kind of what this setup is. And then up top on the third floor is just pure storage where we have a lot of empty space. And here's where I want your guys' advice on, let me fly up here, use our elevator. We're going to hit go. We need to go up one more. I want your guys' advice on what should I do with this all extra space. So we're taking everything from these assemblers and then up into this area where you can see we have a lot of storage space that we're not using. So I was thinking either I could just add more containers. The problem is then we're getting into a lot of different conveyance being rerouted over here, which I am accounting for a little bit, but I'm trying to think, like, to keep it organized, how could I lay all this out to be as organized as possible? That's my main thing, is I want to keep things organized. I want to keep things efficient as well. And that's exactly what this setup is made to do. So it's a very, very simple setup. If you guys want me to do a tutorial, I can. I figured since we already did the 3x3 setups, and then it's pretty simple to see from here how we're setting this all up. I mean, after we come out of the merger from all these in the 3x3, we come up and then into a splitter to split into these two containers. Same thing on the other side with a assembler in the middle. So if you do want a tutorial, just let me know in the comments below, guys. But this setup is really cool. I mean, how tall are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're 8 blocks tall, but we're having the storage, we're having the manufacturing, the assemblers, everything together. The only thing we don't have is just the main, what do they call that, like the manufacturer. And that's just because I think I'm still going to have that in another building because those manufacturers are so big. And then the other thing I'm not accounting for is storage for the ores coming out of the train station. So what I was thinking was I would have a train come out in the middle, so pretty much have this exact same setup on the right that we just looked at over here on the left, and then the trains would actually just kind of split that so we can split our ores between the two very easily. I think if I was to do that though, I'd do it the other way to where the ores are actually coming in from the front over here and out on the back, because right now I'd have to have the ores come out underneath, go around just to come to the front. So I think to make it more efficient, I would just actually, I might keep it like this, because then we can actually keep our storage containers. So I might be able to put the storage containers over here. So we might be able to go 10 tall with this. But I mean, just look at this. Look how organized and compact this is, especially with the glass we have here. I'm not sure if the glass is part of a mod or if that's actually an official update piece. I know we're getting glass in the update 3, but I'm not sure in the update 2 if I'm just using a mod or not to get this glass. But with the glass, it just looks fantastic. It looks very clean. And this, for how much is here, the amount of space that we're really using is quite incredible when you really look at it. I mean, 3 wide by, I mean, probably 20 long, if not a little bit more than that. I don't know the exact length, but yeah, I mean, you can make so many of these for every individual purpose you need, and it's going to be so organized and purpose built directly to what you need. Everything's right here. You can see how everything's going from one station to another. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And also, I'm going to do a poll for what do you guys want to see in this empty area up here. I'm trying to figure out what kind of space we can use this for. And it's kind of just a wait and see kind of thing. So yeah, let me know, guys, in the comments down below. And I will talk to you guys later, and let me know what you guys think of all this in the comments as well. So bye-bye, guys.